coat and find that old VHS. We're diving deep in cheesy flicks. Yeah, we're on a vintage quest. Low reviews but high on laughs. Let's give these films a cheer. The cult classics, flops and nuts, there are topics this year. We're the Ejectables, rolling back the years, celebrating movies that no one else cheers. From backhand juice to epic fails, we say it's all good. We're the Ejectables, yeah, we're misunderstood.
Welcome to the Ejectables. This is the show where movie enthusiasts Bill and Ian join forces with a weekly rotating guest to celebrate movies that we feel have been unjustly panned by the critics or sadly ignored and forgotten by audiences. Anyway, today's guest is a return guest, Nick Clement. He is a producer and partner at WolfDen Films, an independent production and financing company specializing in feature films and TV projects. He's currently in development on Don't Hang Up, a biopic of the 90s comedy duo, the Jerky Boys. He's a lifelong movie maniac, a graduate of Keene State College with a degree in film production, and has worked for companies such as Jerry Bruckheimer Films, Scott Free, Larger Than Life, and RDF Media, plus many, many, many others, but we will not mention those right now. He currently lives somewhere deep in the woods of Connecticut with his beautiful wife, amazing son, and adequate cat. It's adorable. Your cat's adorable.
Annoying cat who wakes me up.
As they all are. My cat's been vomiting on my wife's stuff since my kids went away. But anyway.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah, I have a picture. Do you want to?
Yeah, let's see the picture of the cat.
Let me bring it up in just a sec. So today is a very special episode, I think inspired by you, Nick. It's the movies of James Glickenhaus. I know, I didn't know who it was either, but I had seen his films. So, Nick, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be back and getting a chance to talk about the cinematic genius that is the madman James Glickenhaus, or Glickenhaus. I don't even really know.
Was it Glickenhaus?
I don't even know. Cool. I don't even know.
I'm going
Glickenhaus. I always say Glickenhaus, but yeah, I mean, his movies are fucking nuts. I mean, I don't think there's any other way to describe him other than that. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to dive into three of them.
But before we do, can I just ask you, and I know Bill might have some insight on this as well, but what is happening with your Jerky Boys project?
Oh, yes. What are we allowed to say at this point?
Anything you want, according to me.
What I will say is that Bill has written an absolutely phenomenal script. A script that has gotten the attention of serious people in Hollywood, folks way above my pay grade, which makes me very happy. And exactly what we are hoping to have happen is starting to sort of happen right before our eyes. We're getting some traction with a very good production company that's going to have the ability to put us in a spot where the material is going to get taken seriously by talent, and we're building out our package, and we're aiming for a movie to come together as soon as possible. So I'm very excited.
That's amazing. I can't wait to see where it goes. And Bill, I'm glad to hear that you're helping someone build out their package again. Oh shoot. Hold on.
I get nowhere unless the team wins.
Team.
Are we gonna make somebody sleep with the fishes?
Do not eject, do not eject, do not eject this.
I think our resident opera singer wants to know which James Glickenhaus film you chose.
What does it even mean anymore?
That was great. That was great. I was distressed to hear that Cinemark had removed the now infamous racially insensitive ethnically insensitive Italian American rewards Cinemark rewards program advertisement.
It's so sad.
It caused a lot of agita for Bill over the last like 4 or 5 months. It's been a major source of conversation. It's been a big deal. Been a big fucking deal.
I know. How are you feeling, Bill? Is it a win for you?
I actually think that because I saw a movie in real 3D, I think that the thing that they showed was an old one, and that it's continued to be the ethically offensive Italian soup.
Oh, so that Lassie
so it
thing,
might not be gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
so the Lassie thing was only for what you saw, and we're still good because I still had it when I saw Caught Stealing last week. It was still running.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
did
like,
too.
Oh my god, I got a chance to see it one more time, like because Bill had said it was gone, and I got very upset. So wow.
Oh, it might not be gone.
Should we
not be
tell the
gone.
people what it is?
Yeah, you should tell them because a lot of people may not.
No,
Yeah,
you
Bill,
do
you
it.
should let them know because I've been reminded of the dishonor of this advertising campaign almost on a daily basis from Bill for the last 3 or 4 months, all throughout the summer movie season. So, Bill, let people know.
Cinemark has a movie rewards commercial that just shows a bunch of Italian gangsters acting very stereotypical. And in this 2025, it just seems a little insane to have these caricatures of Italian people just to hawk their movie club thing.
Loyalty is not a one-way street. Nice things happen to loyal friends. Maybe a free movie ticket falls off the back of a truck each month. Or somebody shaves 20% off your bill at concessions. It could be those online ticket fees just disappeared.
Are we gonna make somebody sleep with the fishes?
Whoa. We just do movie rewards. Welcome to the movie club.
Join Cinemark Movie Club and become a Maid member. Enjoy 20% off concessions, monthly ticket credits, and no online ticket fees.
Hit it, Tony. It's an offer you can't refuse.
Hey, Junior, pass the mints.
Oh, Junior.
I do not mind it, but Ian and Nick, they independently send me screenshots of the commercial whenever they go to the movies.
Well, for me, it's more the swim with the fishes thing. It's like, it's so goofy. It's so silly.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
Okay, so let's talk about what movie did you pick?
Yeah, what movie did you pick?
Well, my pick was McBain, which I think that a lot of people think is not real, and B,
What do you mean not real?
associated. Well, like because I think that people associate it with the Simpsons character. You know that the McBain character.
Yeah,
in The
that's what my
Simpsons?
girlfriend asked. Yeah.
Yep. So I think that there's this misconception that had, one thing has something to do with the other, and it doesn't. I don't think. McBain, much like a lot of Glickenhaus's movies, these are movies that came out in the 80s and the 90s that, for 40-year-olds like myself, grew up with on HBO and Cinemax and the pay movie channels and seeing them repeatedly, completely inappropriate, films for, 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old kids, at least in my book. But nonetheless, things that I grew up with. And at the time, of course, didn't know who the fuck James Glickenhaus was, and was making no connections from The Soldier to The Protector to McBain to Shakedown. But when you go back and realize that it's the same maniac who made all of these movies, then it starts to come full circle. All of his movies are just they're exploitation movies at their I have to say at their greatest abilities to be just that, made with a level of technical ingenuity oftentimes too, which sort of transcended how cheesy elements were. It's a very interesting mix of things. We can get into it as we talk about each movie, but I mean, just the, and it's like it's pointless for me to even try to like summarize the plot of McBain other than to read it straight from Wikipedia. During the American withdrawal from Vietnam in 1973, POW Lieutenant Bobby McBain is liberated by a number of soldiers, including Robert Santos, who gives McBain half of a $100 bill, saying that if the other half ever comes back to McBain, he can repay Santos. Years later, Santos attempts to lead a people's revolt in Colombia to overthrow the president. When his revolt fails and he is killed, his sister Christina goes to New York to find McBain and present the bill. McBain agrees to help, recruits his old war buddies, raises some cash by extorting a crooked businessman, and leads an attack to topple the Colombian president. Right? So that's like enough for maybe 10 movies. And yet they stuffed it all in on a reported $16 million budget, if that's to be believed, in 1991.
Are you saying it looks better or worse than that?
I don't know. And, and I have it on in the background. I still don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. It's amazing because so much shit blows up in this movie. So much stuff blows up. In fact, I just looked at television. Something's blowing up right now. There's multiple boats blowing up. It doesn't really matter what moment that you're watching this film. Something violent and explosive is happening. So I guess because it was all done practically, that's where all the money went. Outside of Christopher Walken, of course, who's the lead, you have Maria Conchita Alonso, Michael Ironside, Steve James, Jay Patterson, TJ Wade.
Nick, do you want to see the trailer?
Of course we want to see the trailer. So I think the money was all going up on screen.
I have to say, before we go to the trailer, it was nice to see Michael Ironside not be a jerk.
Friendship, loyalty, honor, revenge. McBain. For heroes, Christopher Walken, Maria Conchita Alonso, McBain.
Yeah.
It's really an amazing trailer the more you think about it.
There's a lot of explosions.
There's a lot of stuff blowing up there, and you get movie trailer voice guy. If that's not Don LaFontaine, it's the other guy who's who was big at the time. Everybody gets really messed up in this movie too. Like when you get shot in a James Glickenhaus movie, you get shot like 10 times, like all over the place, and there's real squibs going off. They're just
they do that slow motion thing. Oh.
Yeah, they're total reminders of a different era of filmmaking, clearly. And he was an outlier. I mean, he was working outside of the major studio system. I think it's interesting to talk about this guy in relationship to his peers and other people that were making action films. Of course, the 80s and 90s were so saturated with high testosterone action movies. And here's this guy who never wanted to play at PG-13 or even remotely safe, favored total exploitation, high concept, sort of B-level junk. But as Pauline Kael might have said, good trash or fun trash, right? Because all of his movies are fun. They have some level of insane entertainment value. But they were made with I wouldn't say like a student filmmaker, but like he wasn't like a classically trained filmmaker. Like this was like a car enthusiast turned independent film financier because he had made a lot of money in business. And he decided, you know what? I want to make the kind of movies that I want to go see, which are these violent, crazy, cop films and, men on a mission narratives. And he does this repeatedly throughout the 80s and 90s, made it a crazy Jackie Chan movie. You got to find his version, of course. There's two versions of it.
What's it called?
The Protector. The Protector. And The Soldier, all of his movies have these, the violence is so hard. Everything is really mean. And there's a level of viciousness to his filmmaking, which you didn't really see. I mean, even some of the hardest edged Hollywood entertainments that were coming out of the studio system don't have half the balls that a Glickenhaus movie does. So, it's just, they're real true products of their time. And I think McBain is one of these movies that people just don't realize exists, because I always say to people, have you seen McBain? People are like, what the fuck is that? Like, what's McBain?
I'd never heard of it. Because when Bill said, hey, we're going to do one episode of Glickenhaus films, I'm like, who's that? And so I go into IMDb and I'm like, oh my God, he did The Soldier. And then he did Shakedown, Bill's movie, and now your movie. I realized going back and watching these movies separately, knowing that one's your pick, one's Bill's, I'm like, well, these aren't necessarily amazing films, but knowing where they hit each of us in our childhoods. Like I was 10 or 11 when The Soldier came out. You were probably around the same age when you saw McBain, and Bill was the same when he saw Shakedown. So I could see why we love these movies. Like like you said, the violence.
Yeah, they're irresponsible.
So cool. They're irresponsible. For us, story didn't matter.
Irresponsible.
But like the story to us as kids, we didn't care. We're like, give me the violence. And it does that. It gives you so much fun, so many great stunts. And parts of your movie, McBain, truly have some great cinematic moments. I'm like, wow, this is like a great scene.
The cover of Dire Straits,
Walk of Life.
No, the opening song in McBain is Brothers in Arms.
Okay.
And it's like this weird, unique cover of that. And the production value was always there in his
at
movie.
times. Sometimes not there though. It's weird. Like some scenes would be like, this looks amazing. And then others would be like, wow, looks like they did that in someone's garage.
Like chintzy on some of the interiors, if you know what I mean. But he really went for as much as he could within his limited budgets and always sort of stacked it with stunts. And guys are getting blown through walls and windows, and just the stunt work alone in these movies makes
the kid on the tank.
Yeah, and it just makes them feel bigger than they likely ever were. And you get you have really fun little pop-ups in McBain. There's a lot of weird little actor pop-ups in that one.
I don't. Oh yeah, Guzman.
Yeah,
that was cool. And he was, I think, the best part maybe of the movie. He was funny.
Christopher Walken looks like he's what the hell am I doing here? He has one face the whole movie. It's so it's priceless.
That end scene where he's behind the wall. Okay, lean out here, shoot. It goes behind the wall, it comes back, shoot. It was so weird. It's it was the same shot over and over again.
I would love to know what they paid him to show up, but there's just the artillery and everywhere you look, there's something going on, and it's usually violent or insane. And again, there was a level of viciousness that arrived with all of his movies, which is unique. There was rarely, and if there was, it was handled in a very different way. But his use of sentimentality to balance that viciousness was not honed in the way that Hollywood knew how to do it. It wasn't honed in the way that Tony Scott knew how to do it, or that Michael Bay learned how to do it from Tony Scott, right? Where you mix the pretty with the ugly. He was just ugly and in your face and just fucking people up, and it was just crazy action all over the place.
Conchita Alonso tried to do her best to make that work, kind of smooth that over.
It wasn't.
But still fun. Bill, what'd you think of this?
It looked like there was a CBS show called Tour Duty, and it looked like that from the 80s. grew up in a town where it's nothing but Vietnam vets, and so anything Vietnam. And at times I was like, this looks like a cheap Canon movie from 1985.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All the stuff has that Canon vibe, and yet none of it was Canon.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
those
all
action
has-
movies.
Definitely better than The Soldier. I'll say that.
I disagree. Anything else you want to share about this movie, Nick, before we
No,
before the
well, you
opera
could-
singer?
No. I mean, like Glickenhaus is like he's a true auteur. I think that you could make the case that that dude's an auteur. You could string them all up, and you'd be like, "Oh, okay, that's a Glickenhaus movie." If you know what's going on, so no, go to the next one because they all sort of feed off each other.
Oh wait, oh,
Why don't you go fuck yourself, Tom?
You gonna let him get away with that? You gonna let this fucking punk get away with that? What's the matter? What's the world coming to?
Are we gonna make somebody sleep with the fishes?
Do not eject. Do not eject. Do not eject this.
I'm fucking kidding with you. You fucking shoot the guy?
He's dead.
for everyone watching, that is the actual Cinemark ad right there. I didn't edit that at all.
If only.
It's
That
pretty
would've been-
similar to that, though.
No,
Come on. It's kind of like that.
that's authentic. The Cinemark is like a Disney Channel movie show. Oh,
But Joe Pesci is Irish, and look what he was doing there.
oh yeah, he's totally Irish.
Yeah. Okay, so I think the opera singer wanted me to talk about my pick, which is an earlier James Glickenhaus film, The Soldier. And like I said, when Nick chose and Bill discussed the Glickenhaus films, I was like, I looked him up. I'm like, oh my God, this movie I loved. Like, I loved it. It was my favorite movie when I was 10, 11 years old. It was on HBO all the time, but very late at night. So if I got to stay up late, the violence in it is spectacular. The stunts, all the practical, like slow-mo violence is just, it's beautiful. There's a guy with a shotgun up his arm that shoots the cops, and there's
Do you have
more
a trailer?
explosions. No, I'm gonna just visualize it for everyone. So there's this
Okay.
guy, he runs and then he jumps. No, I have a trailer. Hold on.
They're our government's most guarded secret. They're not on any computer. They don't solve problems. They terminate them. You don't assign him. You unleash him. The Soldier.
Come on, a skiing gunfight. There's a light bulb bomb. There's ninjas. It's got everything and a very convoluted plot. But that doesn't matter. Does the plot matter? I don't think so. 10-year-old me loved this movie. What'd you think, Nick?
I've seen it numerous times. It's a crazy film. It starts crazy. It just gets crazier. It escalates into insanity. None of it makes any sense. It doesn't care that it doesn't make any sense.
No, it didn't matter to me.
It is the opening scene is absolutely hilarious. I think the timestamp says that it's like 5:10 in the morning, and it's like clearly shot at like noon. It's so funny. The brazenness of that movie, just how in your face and utterly repugnant and just not believable in any manner, and yet not caring at all.
So you mean to say it's amazing?
Yeah, which is to say that it's amazing. It's like the definition of like shitty amazing is what I would call it. Like it's so shitty that it becomes amazing, and then it circles back on itself, and it's amazing because it's so shitty. And I want to say Ken Wall, right? The lead in The Soldier. He was a star of a lot of cult classics, right? The Wanderers, Fort Apache, The Bronx. He was in Purple Hearts. But one of the films, if you haven't done it yet, and if maybe you did, maybe I missed the episode, The Taking of Beverly Hills. Did you guys do that?
Oh, you got to do that movie.
No.
Okay, so, oh, God.
Come back,
yeah,
Nick, and you do it.
Oh, I'll come back and we'll do that one another time. That's
Sidney
another
J.
Ken,
Fury.
that's
Right?
another Ken Wall.
I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah,
I don't know it.
Sidney J. Fury. It's insane. They recreated that's for another conversation. But Ken Wall had this ability to, and he ended up in a lot of very interesting cult classics throughout his days. The Soldier's nuts. It's completely out of its head.
And so much fun. Bill, what'd you think?
I have zero idea what the fuck happened in this movie. I have no idea.
I don't either.
I have no idea. I've never seen a movie where I go, I don't know what the fuck is happening.
Why is Klaus Kinski in this film?
I think he got a paycheck and he was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, he went for one day apparently. He did like 1 or 2 days. They had money left over or something. I read there was money left over, so they got him to come down.
I read Ken Wall only worked for like 7 days or something on the film, or 12 days. I don't know, but not much at all.
Wouldn't surprise.
But I'm sorry, Bill.
I think it's batshit crazy. I don't know what the fuck the movie's about. I have no idea who is what. I was like, I've never seen a movie where I don't fucking understand what's happening here.
Did you have any fun?
Of course I had fun, but it was just so crazy. It's like, I have no idea what the fuck is happening here, man.
Yeah, they're like in the desert and then suddenly they're not. And it's so random. But yeah, I highly recommend it for anyone just wanting to count explosions. Make a drinking game out of how many bullet holes someone gets in them. You can have a lot of fun with this movie.
But yeah, but on a moment-to-moment basis, like it doesn't make any progressive sense, the film. Like it makes very little sense. And you kind of feel like yourself, like when you're watching it, you feel like you're getting dumber when you're watching it. And then at the same time, you're also enjoying it because like everybody, like there's like tons of like visceral shit going on. So it's like
so much violence,
that kind of stuff. But at the same time, you do feel like you're getting dumber and you start to question your own intelligence. Like, what did I miss? How am I not? How can I not?
It makes you feel dumb. You're right.
Yeah. Like, I should be able to keep up with this movie. Like this isn't, Mulholland Drive, for instance, like you should be able to, but you can't. So then it makes me believe that maybe he's a genius and
we're really dumb
and I'm really stupid. And like, he was coming to us from the future with some sort of, thing. Right. But then I realized, no, maybe I should stop doing drugs and, maybe it's just me. So I don't know. Who knows?
Or our audience needs to decode this film. I think it's a brilliant. The stunts, though, like the practical, like there's amazing stunts in there. But I think it says it in the first 5 minutes of the film how not bright it is because his code name is the Soldier, and he's a soldier. We'll go. Ooh, let's be secret a bit about this. Okay. Oh wait. Oh shoot.
You have to try. You have to care for me. You're my friend.
Are we gonna make somebody sleep with the fishes?
Do not eject, do not eject, do not eject this.
It's so sad. So sad every time. Bill, I think the opera singer wanted you to talk about your movie.
So I picked the one movie that made sense. That looked like it cost more than 13 cents. Shakedown with Sam Elliott and Peter Weller. Involves Peter Weller is the district attorney or is he defense?
Does it matter?
It doesn't matter. Is he DA? Yeah.
He does some court stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Who befriends a renegade narcotic cop played by Sam Elliott, and they
there it is.
Some spoiler. They take down a really big drug dealer in New York City while Peter Weller is trying to decide what he wants to do with his life and follow his heart. He's got some romantic relationship problems. This is a hard R movie. Totally bombed when it came out. I saw it for the first time. It was the first time I experienced Jimi Hendrix because when you see the opening shot. Do you have a trailer?
Oh, I do. Speaking of Jimi Hendrix, and I'm sure I will have to cut this out of our episode, but here it goes.
One thing I promise not to do in this courtroom is to pretend to you that I am representing Snow White for a client.
An overworked lawyer.
Once upon a time, all I planned to do was play the tenor sax
forever.
An undercover cop.
This gun is clean. No serial numbers.
They're up against a city where the bad guys have taken over.
My client will make bail.
And the good guys are the worst of all.
You cops, you're the best that money can buy.
$50K a month in evidence disappears. Plan on taking down an army?
I don't know yet.
Hang on tight, partner.
Oh, I see. The ride gets rougher than this.
You betcha.
It's just the way I like it.
Better watch out.
I can roll with anything you put out, buddy.
What were you looking for?
Can you handle this, or is this too real for you?
Peter Weller.
You're gonna miss me when I'm gone, babe.
Sam Elliott.
Oh, I know what you're thinking. I'm old and slow.
Sit down. Whatever you do, don't call the cops.
Wow.
Man,
Yeah.
That watching that trailer, man, that shit makes you feel like you could go off and do anything that day if you watch that at 8:00 in the morning right before. Man, that's an amazing trailer.
That is a good trailer.
Just a great trailer. Yeah, I think this is his best film overall.
It looked he had a budget. He had a budget.
And it was released by Universal, so I think he actually had the support on that one. It was independently made, I believe, and then it was picked up by Universal, right? I would assume. But yeah, that one's awesome. I mean, and what's so funny is that there's such great gritty stunt work all over that movie, and then you get to the finale with the plane and Sam Elliott hanging off the landing gear, and they got the trade center in the background. It's some of the worst fucking blue screen that's ever been done in a movie. I mean,
I can't remember if it looked good back then. Did it?
It couldn't have. It is some of the most tragic. You just can't believe how bad.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's so ballsy to think that you did that, and when you put it out there in relationship with the rest of the film, that's what his movies really just. The movies are ballsy. They're just like
they just go for it.
Yeah, they go for it, and they make you feel macho. I think that was what he was like really into.
I was excited to see.
I think of macho. I think of Ian.
No, I know. That's why you want me to talk about how much I love this movie. No, this is a movie I was so excited to see. I was a mega RoboCop fan when this film was coming out. Saw the trailers for this. I'm like, oh, Peter Weller, it's going to be amazing. It didn't come to the theater near me, so I waited for it to come to video, and I rented it or bought it, whatever I did. And I was disappointed. And maybe because at this point was a little too old to love his movies. Because I was probably, 16, 17 when this came out?
30.
I was like 35 when this came out. And it's fun. It's got some great action. I think watching it now, I can totally appreciate that it's a decent action movie from the 80s. He's trying to do a Lethal Weapon thing without maybe that size of budget. There's fun to be had. Watching the World Trade Center
locations are amazing.
It's fun.
And then Peter Weller, unbelievable. So charming.
Those courtroom scenes, though, I think stop the pacing. It's like, oh, good, it's action fun, and then courtroom scene, and then action courtroom scene. So I think that's my issue with it. Otherwise, it's a good time.
You're a good time.
I know. Thank you.
And the overseas title, I always loved the overseas title for the movie, was Blue Jean Cop, and it has a pretty hilarious poster. If you can find it, string it up there. But if not, it's for all the movie maniacs out there, go and try to find the international poster for Blue Jean Cop. It's pretty funny.
Supposedly that was what they did want to call it, but I guess Universal they were against it, so they named it Shakedown, which is somewhat generic. I want to see Blue Jean Cop. So we can find these movies. You can find The Soldier streaming on Prime. You can find McBain streaming on Pluto, Prime, and Tubi. And Shakedown can be rented on iTunes or Prime, or maybe you could track down a DVD or something. Nick, thank you again for joining us for another episode. Good luck with your movie, or break a leg with your movie, whatever's good luck to say.
Both.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. We're getting there. It's going to be fun.
Can't wait to see it. Everyone, like, share, tell your friends, and check out Nick's stuff.
Hold on, we got to vote. We got to vote.
Forgot that part. Sorry.
Nick, out of all the movies, you can't pick your own. Which one did you like the best? Can't pick your own.
Shakedown.
Ian?
Shakedown.
And I gotta say McBain. So do you know what I win, Nick?
What do you win?
A headshot
that again
from 1999 signed.
You're so lucky. Wow.
I already have one over my bed.
I know, and no shame with that. I don't blame you. I do too. Thank you, Nick. Everyone, like, share, tell your friends, and comment. Yeah, please come back again with that other movie you mentioned, the Beverly Hills
Taking of Beverly Hills.
We'll do that one.
And I'll do Dead Bang with Don Johnson.
Oh,
that's a good one.
And I'll think of some bad horror movie you'll hate, Bill.
No, it has to be cheesy action. It's the theme.
One with cheesy action. Okay, Dead Heat.
There you go.
Done. Okay. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Everyone.
Nick, stand by for 1 sec.
We're the Ejectables, rolling back the years, celebrating movies that no one else cheers. From backhand juice to epic fails, we say it's all good. We're the Ejectables, yeah, we're misunderstood.